So if you're here all along, I wasn't having any issues. And all of a sudden, I'm having some glitches. Thank you guys so much. Please rejoin the live, and let's see if we can do this again. All right? I will see your comments when you type, but let's see if we could do this again. I'm not sure this is supported by Facebook, but as you can see, I'm your host, Nacola, on Moments of Inspiration, Mental Fortitude, and Survival Mode. And I have something important to talk about, and that is don't get married if you have to be secretive with your partner. So I am actually on with my cell phone as well, so you can come back in. Thank you so much for coming back in. If it goes off this time, guys, I will just try to come straight to Facebook with my webcam. I'm trying to be all fancy up in here and I'm having glitches all of a sudden. I can't tell you what happened, but I want to speak on an important issue that is probably wreaking havoc in marriages or in relationships these days. And the topic, don't get married. Do not get married. As you come in, click the love button, click the like button, click share up the live. Don't get married if you have to be secretive in your relationship or be secretive with your partner, right? So we know that marriage is ideally very important partnership, and we have to build trust and transparency and mutual respect. Come on in and say hello so that I can big you up. I can heal you up. Come on, say no secrecy in marriage. Come on, let's type that below, right? So, yes. So I was saying marriage ideally is a partnership built on trust, transparency, and mutual respect. And when secrecy enters this equation, it can erode the foundation of the relationship, leading to mistrust and eventually disintegration. So my page is inspirational page. It's an inspirational page. It's a motivational page. It's a page where we lift up each other. And you'll question if I have the credentials to talk about it. I have the knowledge and the experience, whether you believe it or not, to discuss this topic. I have lined up a whole lot of topics surrounding this marriage situation here to talk about with you guys. If you're on the outside, come on in, click the love button, click the like button, and stay with me until the end. I promise you, I won't be long. I won't wear you out. I won't talk too much, right? So, let us look at some ways that can manifest in relationships, some secrecy that can manifest in your marriage. And if you're a counselor or professional, you can back me, you can debate, you can object, and we can talk about it, right? I promise you, as I said, I won't be long. So one of the first secrecy that we find in relationship is financial secrecy. And if you're going to get married and hide your finances from your wife, then it doesn't even make sense. Hiding debts or secret bank accounts is a no-no in marriage. I'm here to tell you the truth, guys. I'm here to tell you the truth. Concealing spending habits or lying about financial status is a no-no in your relationship. And if you look at it, you have emotional secrecy. So I'm going to just list a number of ways that you can be secret in your relationship. Gather your cousin and her husband and or the wife and husband. You gather your husband and or your wife and you come invite your couple friends to come over. And if you are a prospective wife or prospective husband, you can come on over and we will just talk about this topic in a very amicable way, right? We're not going to fuss or fight. All right, so emotional secrecy is the next one. Emotional secrecy. And how can you have emotional secrets? What is she talking about? Emotional secrecy is withholding feelings or emotional state of mind, not sharing your personal struggles, your fears, or your anxieties with your spouse. That is not good for relationships. Then you have social secrecy. And we have often seen this where why would you get married and just have some private accounts? You know, you keeping certain friends on your social media or you're hiding social interactions. And then another thing you can do is engage in activities without informing your partner. And that is not fair for the relationship, I can tell you, right? I have had experiences in this area, and so I I can come on to express all of what I'm telling you with research and experience to back it up, right? Then you have digital secrecy. Digital secrecy. What is that? Using a private Facebook account, Twitter, TikTok. I don't know if you can be private on TikTok, but you get what I mean. Instagram, change your name or whatever it is so that your partner will not find out that you have a private social media. Or you're keeping your passwords secret or using encrypted communications. That's digital secrecy, right? Then you have behavioral secrecy. What are behavioral secrecies? Engaging in habits or routines without your partner's knowledge. Yes? Or lying about your daily activities and your whereabouts. How many times you see that in relationship? Honey, where are you? I'm chilling with my friends, but you're at some girl's house. Or you're here or there that your wife or your husband don't know about. And you know what can happen in this situation if something should go wrong with you, then it will be a tight spot to be in. Share the live, invite your friends on over, right? Because this is serious and everyone has relationship or have relationships that we find these situations happening from time to time, right? I know you guys have great marriages. So you have past life secrecy, like hiding previous relationships, marriage, or children from your spouse, not disclosing a significant life event or past trauma or traumas that may affect your marriage, right? And if you've gone to any kind of marital counseling, they will ask you some things straight off the table about traumas and what you've been through so that your spouse can understand that, look, this is what he or she has been through and some healing needs to take place, right? Am I right? Yeah. So transparency is extremely important in marriage, guys. Transparency is the cornerstone of a healthy marriage. By transparency, I mean putting everything on the table. You know, that your spouse will understand that this is what is happening, that is what is happening. It involves open communication, honesty, and the willingness to share your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences with your partner. Right? So I know that when both partners are transparent in your relationship, it fosters trust, which is essential for a strong and lasting relationship. Trust is essential for a strong and lasting relationship in your marriage. I'm going to go through quickly because I don't want to get cut off again. Transparency helps to prevent misunderstandings and conflicts, as both individuals are clear about each other's expectations and intentions. Yes, it also promotes emotional intimacy, allowing partners to connect on a deeper level and support each other through challenges. Right? Transparency in a relationship can help to identify and address issues early, right? Before they escalate into any major problems. It encourages accountability and responsibility, ensuring that both partners are committed to the relationship success. Transparency. All this hiding up. What is it about? What it is for? You sleep together and I'm checking if my son is asleep, but you do little woogie woogie together. You sleep in the same bed. Why are you going to hide things? You eat the same food. So let me be clear that transparency, I'm looking if anybody's commenting, guys. Don't let me sit here and talk to myself. I don't want to sit and talk to myself. Just say something. Introduce yourself below. Say hello. Just say hello, right? So in essence, transparency in marriage builds a solid foundation of trust. As we establish that, it enhances your communication and it strengthens the emotional bond between partners, contributing to a harmonious and enduring partnership. Secrecy in relationship often stems from various underlying issues that can erode trust. It can erode intimacy between the partners. And let us look at some common reasons for secrecy in your relationships. So I'll be coming on live a lot. I have worked hard and outlined some topics. I have written them down. I have done my research and I've made my points that I'm going to be talking about. So I will try to come on at least for 20 minutes every day, hopefully. Right? So common reasons for secrecy in relationships. Fear of judgment or rejection. So the individuals may hide aspects of their lives or feelings due to fear of being rejected or judged by their partner. But you should have an understanding from the beginning and you should be open and honest and transparent in the relationship, right? Past trauma or insecurities is the next um, reason for secrecy in the relationship. So, past experiences and insecurities can lead individuals to conceal their true selves or past events to avoid vulnerability. My goodness, you should be able to be as vulnerable as possible with the person to whom you're spending your days and nights and the rest of your life with. The next one is protecting your partner. That's why some people are secretive. They want to protect the partner. And some people believe that hiding certain truths can protect their partner from hurt or stress. Yes. But you don't want to protect your partner from hurt or stress. You want to be honest so that your partner can be vulnerable with you and they can be comfortable with you as well. So maintaining control. Some people love to maintain control. Keeping secrets can give a person a sense of control over the relationship and their partner's perception and over their partner's perception. Avoiding conflict. It depends on the individual's culture. They may try to avoid conflict. And this could be due to past traumas. This could be due to abandonment issues. There were times in my relationships, past relationships, where I tried my best to avoid confrontation. And, you can't just be completely agreeable with your partner, right? Because you have different opinions. You grew up differently, and you just won't have the same point of view on everything, right? So, to prevent arguments or disagreements, and the individual might choose to keep certain information to themselves. And as I mentioned, it's just um, for fear of abandonment, fear of broken relationship, fear of the person, yes, that you leave walking away. And personal privacy. Do you believe that you should have personal space and privacy in your relationships, in your marriage? So some people may be secretive because they have a desire for personal space or privacy. And this can lead to them withholding information, especially if boundaries are not well defined from the beginning of the relationship. But this shouldn't be, because when you're married, you merge, you become one. What what's yours is mine, what's mine is yours. You know the deepest level of intimacy about the individual. hmm And a lot of times, um, people are secretive in relationships or in their marriage because of infidelity or unfaithfulness. If your spouse is engaging in extramarital affairs or inappropriate relationships, this naturally leads to avoid. It leads to secrecy. Let me put it that way, to avoid getting caught. Yes. So understanding these reasons is crucial for addressing and mitigating secrecy in relationships. and promoting a healthier, more open and trusting partnership. Let me explain to you guys the psychological impact of secrecy on partners. Secrecy in relationships can have a profound psychological effect or effects on both partners. When one partner is secretive, the other may experience feelings of mistrust and insecurity and constantly doubting the authenticity of the relationship. And this can lead to anxiety as the informed partner might worry about what is being hidden and why. For the secretive partner, maintaining secrecy often leads to stress and guilt as they struggle to keep their secrets concealed. It's a hard thing to keep a secret in a relationship. So we know this can lead to anxiety, right? As the uninformed partner might worry about what is being hidden and why. So we know that this can result in emotional distancing, yes, and communication breakdown, further straining the relationship. If you don't learn anything about marriage, learn this from me. That when you communicate less with your partner, when you have secrets, when you concealed secrets, it can break your relationship down. And both partners may experience what? Reduced intimacy and connection, as secrecy creates barrier to open and honest interaction. And we know that. If someone can't trust you, then how do you want them to be intimate? How? So what will happen over time is that the lack of transparency can erode the foundation of trust, leading to feelings of betrayal and resentment, which was exactly what happened to me before. And this ultimately will take a psychological toll of on your brain. Guys, the psychological toll of secrecy can damage the emotional well-being of both partners, undermining the health and longevity of your relationship. And I honestly can't understand why people would just get married and not be loyal. Why you'd get married and want to control your partner. I have often asked myself, why is it that I have to be compromising in my relationship? Allow him to be himself and you be yourself without crossing the line, without breaking boundaries. And if you don't communicate, then it will break the relationship down. Secrecy in marriage is a sign of underlying issues that need to be addressed for the relationship to thrive. It is very, very crucial for partners to foster an environment where honesty is valued and open communication is the norm. Let us normalize communication in relationship. Let us normalize no secrecy in relationships, right? And if secrecy becomes a pervasive element, seeking professional help through counseling or therapy can provide a tool, the tools necessary, my people, to rebuild the trust and establish a healthier, more transparent partnership. With the hope that you are not diving into the same old habits of being very secretive in a relationship. I see where that is a precursor to break any kind of relationship. I stepped out of my first marriage because of unfaithfulness. I stepped out because I wasn't getting the treatment that I deserved, and I didn't see where it's going to change. I know what I deserve. You should know what you deserve. So it's important to set these guidelines um, before the relationship breaks. Set it when you're dating or when you're courting, so that you wouldn't have to have the financial secrecy. You're one, the emotional secrecy. There shouldn't be any emotional secrecy if you're sleeping together in the same bed. And marriage is for togetherness. You're not enemies. Honestly, some people operate like they're enemies in their relationship. Like you're enemies with your wife or your husband. They're not your enemy. You can't have social secrecy, digital secrecy, behavioral secrecy, past life secrecy, and think that the relationship will be okay. Somebody is going to get drained. Don't abuse your spouse. And it goes both ways. I'm not talking to just females or just talking to just the men. Don't abuse your spouse. Sit down with them. Look, the information I'm giving you guys right now is information that you will pay a lot of money for. This is like a marital session on moments of inspiration and and mental fortitude and survival mode. It's like a marriage counseling. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a marriage counselor. Let's put this on the table. I am not, but I'm qualified to speak on the issue that I am talking about now. On this page, we also speak about issues affecting humanity. So, guys, you all, my people, this is what I have to say to you tonight. And to all the prospective um, people who will be getting married, let's put it that way. Don't get married if you plan to be secretive with your partner. Don't have a spouse in London that you travel to all the time to go spend time with and say, oh, I have to go for work. No. And then you cheat on your partner for that whole year and come home, oh, honey, as if everything is fine and dandy. And the marriage will eventually disintegrate and secrets will come to light. Are you able to withstand the test of time when the secrets are found out? Are you able to be forgiving? Move past the breakdown, or move past the mistrust, move past the whole problems that you're having in your relationships, and forgive. I know that I forgave and it wasn't getting any better. No. And I left because my health was being compromised. I just gave birth to a bouncing baby boy, and I couldn't deal with the stresses. I couldn't take that my health was going down the spiral. So guys, I'm here. This is the work of the Lord. It is the work of the Lord that I'm doing. Yes. And I know you can get this information from every and anywhere, but the way I'm going in depth, you probably won't get it so much. You'll get the surface things. When secrecy enters the equation of your relationship, it can erode the foundation of your marriage. On these words, I will leave you tonight, and hopefully I will come tomorrow where I can talk about identifying red flags of secrecy in a relationship. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for coming to this live. I will see you again in the next video. Well, good, my friends.